The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Welcome to Secret Society of Veterans. Welcome to Secret Society of Veterans. I am your host, Anthony Rivera, the Navy vet from CVN 70, the USS Carl Vinson. How you guys doing this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are listening to the podcast from around the world? I hope everybody had a great Easter Sunday or Easter weekend. Here down in Miami, the weather was beautiful. Good to be on the water, good to be on the beach, just be poolside, whatever you fancy. It was really beautiful. I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend with their families and enjoyed dinners and meals and Easter egg hunts and church and everything that goes with Easter Sunday. I stood home, watched movies, enjoyed video games, enjoyed my puppy, and really didn't do too much. This month is pretty a harsh month for me because my mother passed away 2015 on the 15th of April. So I really kind of have a rough month when it comes to April. I kind of don't do the Easter holiday. I've been wanting to go to church and do, a couple of things for Easter, but I just didn't get a chance to. I haven't gotten a chance to, and I haven't really had the motivation or the drive to really do anything. I would like to welcome all the new listeners and all the past listeners and everybody that's listening to this podcast from wherever you're listening to this podcast. And I'd like to say thank you. Just thank you for supporting us and listening to me, my voice, and Secret Society of Veterans. And hopefully you guys get a little bit of influence, advice, some encouragement, motivation, some drive just from listening to this podcast, Secret Society of Veterans. I've been on the social media looking at Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. I've been on Facebook mainly because there's a lot of good information on Facebook. I finally got connected, being that I'm a 70% disabled veteran. I finally went on Facebook and was looking through the VA compensation and pension groups and different types of groups that are out there for disability and things. I'm part of a bunch of groups there that have to do with veterans. And I came across this vet comp and pen service. I don't know if they're lawyers or what they are, but they are here to help us. And I heard their rate and their percentage rate is pretty high, a little bit higher than, way higher than the VSOs and things like that. I think they go from lawyers are better equipped, they have a better rate, and then the vet comp and pen, and then VSOs. So I'm trying to work on 100%. I've been, as you guys know, I've been really sick. I've been in and out of work and the hospital. Just recently they found out that I've had some groin problems and I might need some surgery. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. But if it does, I have to be a soldier and take it as I get it. I don't know if you guys have been watching any TV or any these shows that are out there and stuff. Been just watching a little bit of The Voice. Any Game of Thrones fans out there? I know you guys are so excited for these last episodes. I mean, the first 2 episodes were great. Which I've been watching Game of Thrones. I like Game of Thrones. I enjoy it. It takes me, to a different level. Sundays, I have something to look forward to. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Like I said before, you guys can give me a call, give me a holler, send me a message, contact me if you want to be heard on the show, if you want your questions answered on the show, anything that you guys need, just give me a shout. And with that, I'm going to go into some commercial break. This is Secret Society of Veterans. Welcome back, guys and ladies, anybody that's out there listening. So, I wanted to ask the question, can you ever get back to a normal life after service? Can you be a perfect person? Can you love the same? Can you feel the same as before the service from when you went in? You know, many of us loved a certain way, you know, because of our parents, or depending on what years we went in, or because of our loved ones, wives, girlfriends, and things like that. So we all loved a certain way. Once we went in and came out, things have changed. Things for our love for and affection for people have changed tremendously. We've all had injuries, and we've all had traumatic things happen to us. So it changes our perspective of love and affection. I want to ask the question out there of those of you that were in service and in combat. When you left for combat, did you treat your family differently? Do you see yourself treating your family differently than when you weren't in combat? Meaning, you know, before you joined the service, did you treat your friends and family totally differently than when you did join the service and you came home after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or 10 years, maybe even 20 years? Was your perspective of family and love totally different? Were you able to keep the same relationships that you did before joining the service? Or did you are you dealing with the relationships differently now after service? I know many times I've been in different relationships, and I know I've felt in certain relationships insecure, but I've also felt confident at certain points and aspects of the relationship. But I've always attracted ones that have tried to make me feel insecure. I don't know if it was an inferiority or what it is, but they have felt that they needed to make me feel insecure, maybe because I was a military guy and I'm kind of a machismo, or I have some sort of macho traits. So some feel that they need to make me feel insecure about things. But before I was in service, I didn't even have the thought of insecurity or anything. So after service, different things, and I feel that it may have been boot camps doing and the drill sergeants doing of now having these different feelings of insecurity. I came into the service confident, and I went through the service confident, but there's a point in time that they break you down and break you in to be able to work as a team just like everyone else, and they do the same thing to everybody else. So that kind of carried over to family life, and PTSD and depression and anxiety and every little thing that is wrong with me as a service member. So I'm trying to find a happy medium of dealing with friends and family now that I'm out of the service, and dealing with myself also, being that I have depression, major depression and anxiety issues, trying to figure out how I can deal with myself and deal with friends and family so I don't feel these moments of loneliness and moments of being awkward and by myself. I've had many health issues, so I'm home alone, and then depression kicks in and things feel like it's all closing in on me by myself, and I feel that I battle and I struggle alone. When before I joined service, I didn't struggle and battle alone. I had family, I had friends that I've always look upon to speak to, hang out with, have drinks with, party with, everything that I could have with them. But in an after service, I've had a select few that I can depend on and that I can confide in. Family, I was married, and that turned out not too great, but I learned to deal, and I learned to move on, and learned to try to build my own future alone, which isn't a healthy way of doing things, because the more you do it alone and then you bring somebody into your life, that's when you figure out and find out that, oh, I don't love the same way that I did when I was before service. I don't deal with things the same way I did before service. Now I'm more tense. Now I'm more anxious. Now I get depressed. I have more feelings. I feel a certain way. Or I'm totally opposite, where I'm cold and closed to others' feelings and others' thoughts and others' opinions, which isn't healthy either. So where's the happy medium? Try to find that. I don't know if anybody else struggles or deals with that same issue or the same things that I go through. But if you do, please hit me up, send me a message, send me a voicemail. You guys are more than welcome to hit me up anywhere on Facebook. You can find me under Anthony Rivera. I have my purebred little puppy as the profile picture. Boston Terrier, brown, chocolate, and white. But you guys can also go on Secret Society of Veterans and ask to join, or if you're already a part of that group, you can leave messages there and speak to any one of us there, or even just comment on this podcast or this recording. I would like to make this more interactive and have more people come forward and speak and ask questions, and maybe have something brought up on the podcast for me to speak about. But it would be great. I'm trying to make this an outlet for all of us to speak and have some advice, have another voice on the other end. So as I was saying way earlier, just recently I was contacted by Vet and Comp and Penn, and I guess it's a great service. They have a whole little way of doing things where you can get your DD-214 really quickly. You can get all your service material really quickly, your paperwork, your medical, whatever's needed, your separation papers really quickly through a .mil. And they put me through the whole process. They walk you through the whole process with the links that they send you through emails and things. Very pleasant people, very, very forthcoming on what they expect and what they are charging and things like that with fees and stuff. But from what I'm understanding is that their success rate is really, really high when it comes to compensation and pension. When it comes to compensation and pension, they have really fought for our vets. I had spoken to one young lady, and she had told me, hey, I told her I wanted to do IU because I'm really sick all the time and I'm missing a lot of work, and it feels like I cannot work anymore because of my back and my shoulder and the anxiety and things to that effect. And she told me, nope, we will not do any IU because then you cannot work. But what we will do is get you to 100%. And that made me feel really, really confident and happy about somebody is actually going to work for me. Somebody's actually going to help me out. Somebody I'm paying is actually going to be helpful in this process, and somebody I can go to help me in this process. All these years I have done it myself. But this time I'm needing some help because I am at 70%, and I heard the hurdle from 70 to 100 is a very difficult one. So I'm trying to stay in work, but my health issues are really keeping me and kicking me in the butt. My kidney stones, my back, groin issues, shoulder, everything. I'm going through it. And I'm still young, but I'm still a soldier, so I keep trying to push forward every day. As you guys know, I try to bring in a puppy into my life to get me through the depression and anxiety, and it's been so helpful. It makes me a little anxious because it's still a puppy and still young and still doing the young puppy stuff. But it is such a great joy to have a puppy by your side, loving you, because that's all they do. They don't hate, they don't have no anger, they don't have no issues with you or anything. All they do is love and want to be loved, which is the greatest feeling in the world. I feel bad sometimes because I have to crate train it and I have to put it in an area so it stays, and I feel bad, but I have to teach it discipline, I have to teach it stability, I have to teach it a way to be calm and enjoy its own life. It's a happy dog, very hyperactive, very loving. The greatest purchase I ever made. His name is Gizmo, and I love him. He's a Boston Terrier. He just turned 4 months on the 8th of April. So it's moving along. He's grew pretty fast, and he's such a great dog. I suggest those veterans that are out there that have depression, anxiety, loneliness issues, and things like that, get yourself a puppy. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it, especially if you have some patience to love this puppy and enjoy this puppy and treat it like a child for your child. It's like a second chance. So with that being said, guys, I am gonna sign off for a little bit. I'm gonna try to keep doing these podcasts and enjoying these podcasts. On top of it, you guys, if you guys are feeling down, depressed, sad, lonely, always I'm there. We have veterans that are all over this country, all over the place. There's veterans in different groups and different social media platforms. Everybody has an ear. Everybody's there to listen and have a shoulder to lean on. I have learned that throughout the years. It's very difficult, but I do reach out at times. It's a great world that we live in. Many don't see it because many are being bamboozled by different entities and different things. We have a spiritual battle that we're fighting, and we also have a physical battle that we're fighting. But with God on our side, we can beat anything. Trust me with that, and believe and have faith. Everything and every ailment that you have can be overcome. Just pray and thank and be grateful for the life that you're living. Be grateful for waking up in the morning and breathing. When you put one foot down in the morning from your bed, say thank God. Because without Him, none of this is possible. Thank you very much for listening to Secret Society of Veterans. I hope everyone has a beautiful and blessed day. Hope everyone had a great Easter with their families and friends. I hope you keep having great Easters and great holidays with your families and friends. I love you. Keep an ear out. Keep listening. Love one another. And let's make peace. Let's have peace in this world. Secret Society of Veterans. This is your host, Anthony Rivera, and I'm out.
If you're a veteran, or just anybody that likes to hear good stories, likes to hear things that might guide them through life, why don't you check out the podcast on Anchor called Secret Society of Veterans? Every episode, we have someone new, something new, and things to put out there. We have different groups, different entertainment, and just stuff that might be helpful to you, the veteran. Also, we have a group on Facebook called Secret Society of Veterans. So if you're interested, why don't you come over, check us out, stay a while, and enjoy the information. Thank you very much. This has been a message from Secret Society of Veterans. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Secret Society of Veterans. I thank all the listeners. I thank all the help that I get from the callers and the ones that I interview. I thank you all. Please keep your life safe. Keep the next man and woman's life safe. Let's make this world peaceful. And let's, like Ellen DeGeneres says, let's love one another. Let's give each other hugs. Thank you again for joining us at Secret Society of Veterans. Till the next one.